Welcome to 5 Minutes With, a podcast where we connect with team members from across the country about their journeys, life stories, and whatever else that comes up. I'm your host, Yosef Saleh, and it only takes 5 minutes to connect. Let's welcome today's guest, Consumer Credit Manager from Atlanta, Beth Jones. Hi, Beth.
Hi.
Now, Beth, you've been in your role for a few months now. How are you adjusting?
Well, the last few months, I've just really been getting back into the credit swing of things, getting my credit mindset going and learning my role as the credit manager.
How exciting. And you've had quite the journey here at HCA career-wise. Can you walk us through that?
Yes. So I started in June of 2011 as a temporary employee. I started as a first decision analyst. So I just really looked at deals all day long. And then I was promoted to a analyst 2, where I got my own set of dealers. And then eventually I went to a senior analyst. And during that time, there was really nowhere else to go at the moment. So we did a executive roundtable with Vince Rice. And at that time he said, sometimes you've got to move laterally in order to get to the position that you're looking for and to be a good rounded employee. And so I thought, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see what else is out there. So at the time, they had just came out with the rotation program. And I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to apply for that, see if I can go into the rotation. So I did. I got into the program. And so my first rotation job was in Lease End. And so I went to Lease End, and then I rotated again to collections. And then after that, they said that there was a collection manager job opening. So I applied for the job and got the job. So I went from Lease End to collections to the collections manager.
Oh, wow.
So then I probably worked in collections for probably a year in our early stage department, and there was an opening in credit for a credit manager. And that's always what my career path was, to be a credit manager.
Right.
So I was super excited. I applied for the job, and I got the job. So, it really is choosing your own path, going, laterally to get where you want to be promotion-wise. So it was a great journey.
Awesome. Well, what a journey that is. And I'm sure that there were some tough moments in there where you weren't really sure about your career path. Can you tell us about your mindset when a setback like that happens?
Yes. I know as long as I've been here with Hyundai, my career path was to be the credit manager. And so if you know anything about the people in credit, they don't go anywhere. When they get in there, it's such a, longevity job that there's hardly ever room for a new manager. So I knew that I needed to take control of my own destiny and kind of go move around and get the experience that I needed to wait for something. And so that's really what I did. It was a struggle, because I was like, this is where I want to be, but now I need to do these other things to get there. And the rotation program is hard. One of the things that's really hard about it is you have to go to a new department and learn the department quickly.
Right.
So you're a high performing agent or analyst, and you have to learn a whole new role. So you go from knowing everything, and you feel like you know nothing. So that part was very challenging, but I think I did a pretty good job of learning pretty quick and being able to help others in the department as well.
So it sounds like it's all about perseverance and just doing the next thing, right?
Yep, exactly.
Right. Well, what's next for Beth?
Just to enjoy credit right now. It's my heart and soul, so I'm super happy to be back there. And then I'll start thinking about my next career goal, where I want to go from here. But I think it's important that we all own our own career paths and, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that sounds like that heart and soul definitely is there for credit. Now, Beth, before we do wrap up, what advice can you give our listeners?
Always enrich yourself, explore other opportunities, take advantage of all the programs that Hyundai has to offer. There's so many things going on here. The TAP program, the rotation program. It's just so many things that you can learn and do here at Hyundai.
Right, great. Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you to my guest, Beth Jones, and our listeners for tuning in. I'm your host, Yosef Saleh, and it only takes 5 minutes to connect.